Hi, I'm Jon Riki. Welcome to Positive Masters, where we work on our mindset and our passion projects. I'm so glad to be here working on our passion projects. It's just us, our ideas, our purpose, and our computers. We're attacking what we can without all that stress of the outside world. And for me, being alone, working on these passion projects, for me it's beneficial because it energizes me. Being in politics, I was an elected official for a number of years in the Hawaii House of Representatives, and it's so combative. In those fields, in law and politics, there's so much judgment, so much criticism, so much adversarial, so much anger involved in those industries because there's power trips and there's disagreements, and as a politician and as a lawyer, you're like caught in the middle of this negativity. But here, with my computer, working on things that I love, I thought I could put it into law and express how I felt in the law. But oftentimes people judge you not because of your emotions or your reason or your purpose behind the law, but this whole notion of where you stand in the hierarchy or in a court setting trying to beat the other party, the other attorney. And being in a situation of litigation, it's always a negative situation. People are there not because they're happy, it's because they're upset, right? So being here, working with you is a joy. Working on projects, yeah, I'll work on law, I'll work on issues that are not mine. You know, maybe it's a client or maybe it's a business issue that I gotta handle with my partners and I. But my passions is what really brings me joy. And what I mean by my passion is like creative writing. That brings me a lot of joy. Fiction. I feel like I can express more through fiction and storytelling than I can with law. I feel like if I can make you cry because of the story I told, maybe you understand that person's situation and why that certain law was created, why I supported that law or opposed it. If you can feel for that person in the movie or in the novel or the film or the nonfiction film, documentary. I feel like art can reach you at another level versus law. There's too many layers, there's too many power trippers, and there's too much anger and competition that blurs the whole situation up. So to have you here working with me, we're alone and it's just us and our thoughts. It's a valuable time to have in this noisy world. And I'll be honest, for me to come in front of the camera again, it's been 6 years since I think I've been in front of the camera, since I was in politics. That whole world kind of like made me look inside deeper. It made me realize that in our short life, like I could die anytime, you could die anytime. What are we doing? What is our purpose? What brings us joy? What do we want to leave behind after we die? These things really came to the top as far as when I left politics, and I'm still in law. I still do business transactions. I still do stuff for businesses, either mine or clients. But I don't want to do litigation. You know, I don't want to do stuff that all you do is fight, and you got lawyers and judges angry. You got staff that don't want to be there. You got situation that's really not good for your health. Do you really want to die young over fighting other people's battles or being constantly judged? Maybe we can do it in another way. Maybe it's through the creative world. And and whether it's writing or literature or whatever expression you feel, maybe that's the route you got to take. It's not the easy route, but it's definitely a more purposeful route, or purposeful way to express yourself and get your message across, and even succeed in changing people's behaviors where I may have failed at or not been able to do as well in law or lawmaking as a politician. But I just want to say that I really enjoy working here with you, and with our computers we can do a lot. I'm kind of going off a tangent here, but I really feel this time you have with yourself is so important. The time you have looking into who you are, what's your purpose, what you want to do before you die, what your legacy and your reputation will be. To me, that's more important than titles and status and money. All these things, all this noise that's just clouding our society. People judging each other because of their insecurities. They're hiding their own faults. And I'll be honest, I do like being alone now more than ever. And partly it's because of my failure when I had my DUI, my history with DUI as a public politician at that time. I'm coming out again because I feel there's another way to go about providing that same type of value, not through creating statutes and programs in the public forum, but maybe doing it in the private sector, and doing it in a way that's not focused on, like I mentioned earlier, titles, status, material, money, all that thing, but more focused on the human soul. And the finance, the money, the income will be the bonus. But I'm going off on a huge tangent. But if your passion project involves that similar platform that I have, I'm super happy you're here. I'm super happy that you're working on your passion projects. If this is your side hustle and you got a job, or this is your main hustle and this purpose means a lot to you, I'm happy you're working on it, because the world needs more of this. The world doesn't need more titles and power-hungry type of people. We don't need that reputation that you have to be mean to succeed. You can be kind to succeed. You can have empathy to succeed. You can have love to succeed. Attorneys think they gotta be tough and strong, but really what you're trying to do is showing your bullying tactics as a lawyer or politician with power tripping, right? That's all you're doing. But if you sway the jury, if you sway the people, not through these tough tactics or manipulation, but through love, empathy, kindness, you reach the hearts of the people. That's where it's at. And the same goes for business. The bottom line of capital money is not supposed to be the most important thing. But if you can help a person's issue, or you can help a person be happier, or solve their problem, if that's a priority, then we're on the right track. I know it's super hard. It's tough. This world we're in it's tough. It's not easy. But with that purpose behind us, with that drive, that feeling that we have, that good feeling we have behind our projects, then it's really worth it. It's really worth the fight. Succeed, fail, whatever. It's just worth the fight. It's worth the journey. And that's what I want to say to you, is that I'm happy that you're here working on your projects. And who knows, one day we'll see that project in the public. And we'll remember this time while you were working on your project. quietly working away through the doubts, through the frustration, through these failures and errors that you may have gone through, it'll be worth it. And even if it doesn't happen, it's not a loss. All that knowledge, all that skills, everything you gain from that, it's still with you. It'll never be taken away from you. It will always be with you. Every single thing that you've learned is always with you. And it's important to know that, because you can skill stack, you can mix it up. You can mix different skills and different experiences and put something together, make a comeback again, and you're back in the game. You don't necessarily have to be exactly what you envision. It could be a hybrid. It could be a modification of what you envisioned. You don't have to be exactly. In fact, you might find more joy in the hybrid or the modified version of your vision. But you never know until you try, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying. We're putting things. We're learning. We're working on things. We're learning with trial and error, and we're building our knowledge, our skills, our grit to keep moving forward. And whatever the outcome is, the outcome. It doesn't define you. It's part of you. You grow from it. You expand from it. You become a bigger person from it. You become a stronger person from it. You got more skills, more knowledge, more experience from it. And good things can only come from that. I want to leave you with that as we tackle our work. I know this is a deep one, but I want you to feel that drive as you attack your work, as you crush your work, and as I like to say, as you rock your work. So let's do that. Let's rock this study session, this work session, with all we've got. Because we can. Let's just rock it. Rock everything. Rock it hard.